Natalie Brand joins us now from Capitol Hill. Natalie is a CBS News reporter covering Washington. So tell us, what did you discover in your travels and conversations in Bucks County, Pennsylvania?
Good evening, Major. Well, of course, this is a key swing district within a key battleground state where a lot is at stake because you have not only this open Senate race, but then the open gubernatorial race. So that's why this is one of the places where advocacy groups and activists on both sides of the issue are really laser focused on this state. We followed along as some Planned Parenthood votes canvassers hit the doors one Saturday afternoon. The political arm of Planned Parenthood is actually canvassing 7 days a week now in Pennsylvania, trying to reach persuadable voters and swing voters. And of course, this is not the only state they are targeting. If we can look at a map of the other battleground states where you have, again, this dynamic of big federal races and big state legislative races or governor's races, that map includes Georgia, North Carolina. If you head to the west, Arizona, Nevada. They're also focused on New Hampshire. The group says they're making a record investment of $50 million this election cycle. So you may be wondering, well, what is the other side doing? Well, they declined an interview, but the Political Action Committee, Susan B. Anthony, Pro-Life America, says it's focused on a similar map, but they add Florida to their list. They are also investing a lot of money this election cycle, saying that their budget for 2021-2022 is around $78 million. Now, again, they declined an interview, but also said they are canvassing. We did talk to the state director in Pennsylvania for Planned Parenthood votes, and she said, given the Supreme Court decision in June, for her, the stakes have never felt higher.
We've seen just like renewed energy from folks and voters across the political spectrum and across the Commonwealth. So it's new this year because we're, after COVID, being able to be out on the doors, talking to folks. We know that that's one of the most effective ways of like talking to voters, reaching voters.
I think we're blinding ourselves by that issue because the left would like us to believe that's that issue. But if you look at it logically, it's not the issue.
Now, that right there was Joseph Downey of the Bucks County Pro-Life Coalition, who says while he will be voting for all candidates who are against abortion, he believes that there are a lot of other issues on voters' minds right now, Major.
Natalie, speaking of voters, what did you hear from them when you got a chance to talk?
Well, that's what we did hear, something similar, and similar to something that we saw in our own CBS News polling, that the economy and inflation are really top of mind for a lot of these swing voters in a place like Bucks County, Pennsylvania. They were also citing crime as a top issue for them. So let's take a listen to what a few had to say.
I would pray that no one I know is required or is forced to get an abortion, but at the same time, the economy is number one. Energy prices would be number two, and crime would be number three.
I have mixed feelings because I feel that in certain circumstances, I feel that abortion should be granted. For example, if they were raped or incest occurred.
So talking to folks on the ground, we found that there are some voters who are still highly energized by this issue and said that they will vote for abortion rights up and down the ballot. But then when you talk to some of these swing voters, they're kind of torn over a number of different issues. And we also heard from that last voter that I talked to, who said she's kind of wrestling with how the state or how this issue should be handled overall. She doesn't want an outright abortion ban. She wants exceptions, but she also wants some restrictions or some protections in place, particularly against late-term abortion. Major.
Fresh off traveling to Pennsylvania, talking to voters and advocates, Natalie Brand, thank you so much.